Q4 is the last chance to prevent January denials. Outstanding balances only get harder to collect after the holidays, and claims sitting longer than 30 days, as we've talked about before, have a drastically reduced payment rate. And starting the year with dirty data means chasing your tail for the first 90 days of 2026, especially when you're already trying to chase down people's new insurance cards and new plans and new deductibles, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're listening right now, think about your own practice. What's the number one issue you see popping up in December? Is it eligibility misses? Is it patient balances? Is it denials that you're going to get later? Is it accounts receivable reports that you're afraid to open? So I want you to hold on to that, because that's what I want you to fix today. So the first step one, is to tighten your eligibility and financial responsibility. This is where most January denials are going to come from. It's not coding. It's not seeing patients. It's not documentation. It's just the front end stuff of eligibility. So here's the problem. I wanted to dive deep into something that every practice needs, but only a few, take time to actually clean up, which is your year-end revenue cycle. December is the most overlooked month for revenue cycle management, and yet is the best month to fix the problems that follow us into the new year. I want you to think about it. Uncollected balances dent in your cash flow denials, eligibility error, and old accounts receivable. All of these drag into January and February, and if we don't tighten things up now, they are going to continue to be a problem. So today, I want to walk you through a practical, clinic-first approach to ending 2025 clean and entering 2026 even cleaner. This is a preview to a webinar I'm going to be doing with Solution Reach for the Wolfe lens this week. So if you like what you hear here and you want a little bit more details, you can tune into that. It's also what we work on consistently within Practice Performance Partners, both for people who use our revenue cycle management services, but also people who are maybe PPP Pro members, but have access to things like Train Your Biller so that they can perfect their revenue cycle management. So as always, be sure to subscribe to the podcast, write a review, share it with your friends, and support those who support us. The most common questions I get include, what ophthalmological codes or evaluation and management codes should I use? What ICD-10 codes do I need to bill with this CPT code? What CPT codes can be billed together and what can't? And my favorite, how do I manage a patient who has diabetes who comes in for a quote-unquote routine eye exam? These questions really highlight the confusion and uncertainty that serves as a daunting hurdle for providers, makes it more challenging for them to care for their patients and provide those patients with the best opportunity for a lifetime of ocular health and clear vision. That's why we built iCode Education for this specific purpose. Our mission is to provide optometrists with resources to help you understand disease states, revenue cycles, and billing and coding so that you can put that on autopilot and truly care for your patients. Check out iCodeEducation.com. That's EYECODE education.com. We've developed a premier billing and coding bundle that includes all of our billing and coding resources in one place. We also have a 10% discount code just for listeners of this podcast. Enter the coupon code EYECODEMEDIA22 at checkout. We'd love to work with you. Check out iCodeEducation.com. Hello, dedicated optometrists. Are you looking for a way to support your patient's vision and overall eye health? Let me introduce you to Vision Edge Pro, a visual performance supplement that stands out in our profession. Vision Edge Pro contains a balanced blend of mesozeaxanthine, lutein, and zeaxanthine in a 10-10-2 ratio. This combination has been scientifically shown to increase macular pigment density, which enhances visual performance, including contrast sensitivity and vision in glare situations. Additionally, Vision Edge Pro provides 300 milligrams of DHA and EPA, fulfilling the daily requirements for omega-3s as recognized by the leading health organizations. This ensures your patients receive the essential nutrients their eyes need for optimal health. Whether it's for everyday screen use, night driving, or enjoying the outdoors, Vision Edge Pro supports your patients in seeing their best. Recommend Vision Edge Pro for your patients today and help them achieve clearer, healthier vision. Contact your local MacuHealth representative for more details. Vision Edge Pro,
because your patients deserve the best in eye health. Go to MacuHealth.com and use the coupon code PODCAST2024 at checkout for special discounts.
So as I was saying, year-end RCM work isn't glamorous. It's not. But it's one that has the highest ROIs because you've already done the work, right? You've already done the seeing the patient stuff, and now you need to be able to collect on that stuff. And so it has the highest ROI of anything you can do this month. Obviously, you have to continue to produce, and that's why a lot of people will push this to the back burner because they think they can outproduce their collections. But here's why it's important. Quarter 4 is the last chance to prevent January denials. Outstanding balances only get harder to collect after the holidays, and claims sitting longer than 30 days, as we've talked about before, have a drastically reduced payment rate. And starting the year with dirty data means chasing your tail for the first 90 days of 2026, especially when you're already trying to chase down people's new insurance cards and new plans and new deductibles, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're listening right now, think about your own practice. What's the number one issue you see popping up in December? Is it eligibility misses? Is it patient balances? Is it denials that you're going to get later? Is it accounts receivable reports that you're afraid to open? So I want you to hold on to that because that's what I want you to fix today. So the first step 1, is to tighten your eligibility and financial responsibility. This is where most January denials are going to come from. It's not coding. It's not seeing patients. It's not documentation. It's just the front end stuff of eligibility. So here's the problem. December is the easiest month for staff to assume we know the patient. Nothing has changed over this entire year. They've been here forever. But insurance changes at the end of the year. Plans renew, deductibles reset, and holidays make us sloppy. So the top strategies that we've found to work at Practice Performance Partners is to confirm eligibility for every patient. Whether it's, honestly, I'll tell you this, whether it's January 1st or December 1st or December 31st for that matter, even if you think you know them, use financial responsibility notices that protect you if deductibles reset or insurance terminates. Train your staff on copays, deductibles, co-insurance. Make sure you're catching and collecting everything you know will not be paid for by the insurance plan. And do it at the time of service. Again, I know many of you do this, but it can be easy for staff, especially if they're overwhelmed or it's the end of the year and things get busy, for them to just say, well, submit this to your insurance, Mrs. Smith, and see what comes back. As I've been into numerous practices, I hear that terminology. We'll see what comes back, knowing that they owe a $30 copay or $70 copay. So assign eligibility checks during scheduling and not at the end of the day and not after you've seen the patient. This is one change that alone, this change can raise your verification rate into the 95+% zone.
CooperVision and the AOA have joined forces in a groundbreaking initiative to transform how optometrists treat children with myopia. The Myopia Collective aims to unite our profession and its allies to challenge the status quo and elevate the standard of care for children with myopia. Everyone is invited to become a member of the collective. By joining, you pledge to act in slowing childhood myopia progression. Membership includes regular updates and information about the collective's efforts, access to educational opportunities and resources, and insights from the ambassador optometrists who advocate for community policy and changes supporting the collective's mission. Click the link in the show notes to join the collective today. If you're ready to stop feeling overwhelmed and start running a safer, more profitable practice, here's the next step. First, book a strategy call with us, Practice Performance Partners. We'll uncover the biggest risks and opportunities in your practice. Then, choose the package that fits your goals. From there, we'll get you launched with confidence, with clear systems, with expert support, and with peace of mind, knowing your practice is protected and set up to grow. Don't wait until something goes wrong. Book your strategy call with us, Practice Performance Partners, today.
All right, next thing, clean up your claims and denials. When you do this, I want you to think about especially the ones you've been avoiding. So the overarching problem here is that lingering claims sit in accounts receivable for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days or maybe even 120 days, which clogs up your cash flow. And some of them actually preclude timely filing, so you'll never get the money. And that ruins your next quarter. And quarter one obviously is one that's challenging, again, especially if deductibles are resetting, now you absolutely have to collect things from the patient, and that's going to delay when that claim is going to get paid. So what to do? So in December, scrub your claims for your top repeated errors. Are you missing modifiers? Do you have NPI mismatches? We had one, which I don't even know how it happened in our office, that we just got sent back that had the wrong NPI number for a specialty contact lens. Again, we are not perfect in our practice. We try to be as perfect as we can, but things like that is just like, come on, guys, like this. Now, again, the owner in me thinks, well, this is $2,500 that I've already paid you. I've already written your checks. We've already paid for the specialty contact lenses. And now we could have been receiving a check. Instead, we have the wrong NPI number. Lord knows how that happened. And our NPI numbers haven't changed, but it got submitted. And now we're getting a paper notice back, which means we have to send a paper submission back to this payer, because we just missed a silly thing. So don't make those mistakes. Think about your payer IDs. Make sure they're correct. Diagnostic procedures and CPT codes that are going to align. Don't send, and we see this often, make sure that you're not sending H04.123 dry eye, which H40013 instead, where you're trying to get paid for things like visual fields or OCT. So don't make that common mistake either. We'll see that often. Refile rejected claims before the end of the year. A rejected claim sitting in its queue is free money you just haven't bothered to pick up yet. And so track those denials by reason and not just by payer so that you can fix them on the front end. Your clearinghouse is going to give you reports that highlight exactly where your bottlenecks are, but most clinics never open them. And if you only review one report in December, make sure it's the clearinghouse rejection report so you know why things are getting rejected. All right, step 3. I want you to optimize your year-end patient billing and collections. So again, a lot of patients have HSA fees that they can use towards the end of the year that if they just know they owe something, they'll be happy to pay for it. So we don't want you to just send something to a patient, it just lingers. So common problems that we see are insurance payments not posted promptly, invoices delayed for weeks, statements sent only once a month. So this is a month you want to probably send invoices multiple times. And then patients shocked by unexpected balances or things that you weren't communicating with them on the front end, especially within a financial responsibility notice. So how do we fix this? We want to post insurance payments daily. Don't let the lag time kill your revenue. And then send invoices the same day the EOB arrives so that patients can pay sooner when they understand the why behind the bill. Automate patient statements and reminders. And if you still are mailing everything manually, now is the time to make it automated, especially if you can use text to pay options, which are really big deal. So I wouldn't even hurt my feelings if you didn't send a paper invoice to the patient on the same day, but maybe that still goes out. Maybe this month I'd go middle of month and then maybe at the end of the month again if you really don't want to send everything out every day. But especially if you have text reminders or text to pay options, those are great options because patients you'll be shocked at how many of them will pay. So what about reviewing our accounts receivable before January? That's the next thing, right? So at least once a month, but December has to be different. So again, I want you to kind of ramp this up in December. Weekly reviews should be the standard for really high functioning practices. And we want to think about claims that are greater than 30 days. Days in AR should be less than 30. Denial rates segmented by payer, and then write-off thresholds. So, anything over 120 days is bad debt. You're likely not going to collect it. And so think about it as don't let it get there. Like 120 days, nothing can get to 120 days. And if it does, goodbye. It's not going to stay on your books. And then you have to take a more serious approach. It's probably a different episode altogether. But my philosophy is simple. If you don't measure it, you can't manage it. And accounts receivable is where most practices leak revenue consistently without realizing it. And then even thinking about, okay, well, our accounts receivable can be cleaned up, but are we cleaning up just by writing a whole bunch of stuff off that got into 120 days and we're just eliminating it so nobody sees it? That's not good either. So, I want you to build a 3-phased year-in roadmap, which is where most of the people that we work with, they love this stuff because it's practical. So phase 1, Clean up your workflow. This should be the first week or two. It shouldn't take you longer than a week or two to do. Audit your eligibility process, audit your claims, audit your AR buckets, and then identify repeating errors. Step 2, or phase 2, is to fix gaps before the year end. Okay, so this is going to be the last couple weeks. Refile your denials, send patient statements, update staff scripts, complete as many collections as you can as possible, and then enter 2026 clean. That is phase 3. So update your scripts for staff. See what worked well this year, see what didn't. Update your forms for your patients. Think about your story branding of your financial responsibility notices. Maybe you have all the fine details in your financial responsibility notices, but you take an approach so that the patients will actually read it and understand it. Think about your tracker for weekly RCM metrics, and then think about new communication templates. What do you want to be able to articulate to patients? So if you follow that roadmap, you'll start 2026 with clean data, healthy AR, fewer headaches, and then that should translate into a better experience in 2026. So I hope this was helpful. If you want to go deeper, remember we're going to have a deeper episode of our Wolfe Lens on the Solution Reach webinar series this Thursday, and stay tuned for that. We will link to the registration of that in the show notes. I hope this was helpful. I will see you on the next one.